I'm running a technology college. It's late 2007. I've done the mining. I've gathered the data. I've put it into a statistical analysis software. It's now giving me insights. And naturally, the next thing I want to do is I want to get this information out there. So I start asking people, how do you get this information out there? I mean, this is geeky stuff. It's dorky stuff. You know, how do you get it out to other people? And they said, well, there's this thing called Meetup. So you can, create a meetup, and it's really hard to find a place to hold a meetup. And I'm like, what places do meetups get hold? Well, big room, that has, chairs and desks and projectors. And I'm like, I'm running a technology college. I should hold a meetup inside my business. So I go to Meetup. I create a really nerdy, silly name. I don't remember what it was, but it was a horrible name for the Meetup. And I point people to my tech college to a conference room. And on the day of the event, I walk 150 yards from my corner office, the conference room. So no fighting San Francisco traffic. And I'm really excited. And 4 people show up. 4 people. I was like, I'm doing something amazing. I'm telling people how to, figure out the best cities in the United States to invest in. I have all these stories. 4 people show up. So the first lesson that I learned is I can't have a name that has something to do with data science and quant. Nobody cares. So I immediately go and change the name of my meetup to Location Magic, how to invest in the best cities in the US for real estate. Well, the next time, 24 people show up. And they're really excited about what I'm doing. I also learned how to be a better presenter as I'm presenting, because I realize these people are coming here at 6 p.m. after a hard day of work, and they're going to fall asleep if I start, throwing out too much data stuff. So I try and, keep the data stuff aside and really focus on the output, right? What are the aha moments? And so things start getting more popular. 20 people, next time 40 people, 60. And before I know it, there's 100 people. And I realize I'm in the best place in the entire world to be doing this. I'm in Silicon Valley. There's a nerd. I mean, if I throw a rock, I'm going to hit a nerd, right? So I'm like, yeah, this is really great. So I'm sharing this information, and people are coming in from Apple and Google and HP, and they're like, this is great. And they're all having the same tax problems as me. And so I'm telling them about depreciation. They're like, that's even greater. And so, groups of people start jumping into cars and start driving out to these other cities. And I discover through my data that San Francisco is a bad place to invest in 2008. Not bad, but not as good as other places. And so people in these sessions start asking me where to go. And luckily, I had amazing data because prices were falling, crashing. And so one guy said to me, hey, why don't we figure out how much have prices crashed by in every city in America? So we go and we mine places and figure it out. And we realize that the city that's dropped the most in the entire United States happens to be in California. So we're super excited. The city is tiny. It's Madera, California. It's 144 miles from my campus. It's next to Fresno. And we're like, we should all get in a car and go to Madera. And so we basically jump into a car and start driving back and forth to Madera and start looking at homes there. And the story sort of snowballs from there. But that's the first time when I physically got my data out to people. Obviously, it was local, and I can tell you a story about how we took it national, but that was the first use. If finding the right market made sense here, the next video takes it to the next level. Think heat maps and data models and a touch of mad scientist. Data to dirt to doors. Click the video above.